5 skin health myths to start believing now. We put a lot of importance into caring for our skin, which makes sense since it's the first thing other people see. Skin might also be one of the most misunderstood part of our bodies. So today, I would like to run through some of the most common myths we have about our skin. Myth number 1. Healthy skin is a skin that looks flawless. When you think of healthy skin, we might think of a clear, even surface that's the radiance and avoid the bleachment. But skin is a living organ, just like the heart of lungs, and just like any other organ, it's complex, serves many functions, and not just about what's going on at the surface. The epidermis is the outer layer we can see. It's made of the different cell types, including keratinocytes, which replace every 4 weeks. As new cells grow at the base, old cells are pushed up and form harder layer. It is difficult for water for microbes to cross. Our keratinocytes also synthesize vitamin D from the sun, which is vital for our health. Other important cells in the epidermis include melanocytes, which produce melanin or our skin pigments, and linear cells, which are like little security guards on patrol from pathogens. The dermis, our skin's top second layer. As is well known, it's a scaffold of collagen that's home to blood vessels, hair follicles, and glands. It's also packed with special nerve cells called sensory receptors that allow us to feel pressure, vibration, even pain, some of which extend into the epidermis. The dermis also help regulate temperature. If you're cold, our blood vessels contract to retain heat, and if you're hot, they expand to release it. We're told to exfoliate and tone and condition our skin. To rush roller and serums lasers, some of that does work, especially for folks with specific skin conditions. For normal to healthy skin, we might be spending a lot of money on bulk products because healthy skin is simply skin that does its jobs. Myth number 2. You only need sunscreen on sunny days. Ultraviolet rays from the sun are so strong, they damage our cells' DNA. There are 2 types that affect the skin. UVA rays penetrate the dermis, damaging the collagen scaffold that accelerating aging. UVB rays, meanwhile, cook the epidermis, causing sunburn. While our sun can represent damage, it accumulates over time, and for some people, it can lead to skin cancer. Our skin has a defense system. When it's exposed to UV, our melanocytes release more melanin and we get a tan. This process is actually our skin's way of showing it's been damaged and protecting itself from more. So by wearing sunscreen with the SPF of 30, even when it's cloudy, you're protecting yourself from sunburn, early aging, and skin cancer. Just choose one that's broad spectrum. That means it's blocking UVA and UVB rays. Myth number 3. People with dark skin don't need sunscreen. Most of us produce 2 types of melanin. Eumelanin associated with richer brown tones, and pheomelanin associates with lighter skin and freckles. Our skin color depends on the ratio between those 2 types of melanin and density of pigment crystal structure within our cells. It's true that having more melanin, specifically that first type, does offer some protection from sun. Depending on how dark our skin is, we do have some natural SPF, but it's not nearly enough. We all need sunscreen to wear off damage. Black and Spanish patrons are also more likely to have the skin cancer detected at advanced stages. Why? Because there are many ways that raises permanent medicine. The majority of dermatologists are white, while trying to diagnose on white skin. Meanwhile, people of color have heard this myth, and dark skin not be susceptible to skin cancer repeats that patients are all less likely to receive early screenings, leading to the diagnosis. One particularly dangerous form of skin cancer, acromelanoma, doesn't even come from ultraviolet exposure, and it shows up in parts of the body we might not think about. Nail beds at the bottom of our feet. It's an area we need to more messaging about, especially for people of color. We experience higher levels of distrust towards doctors after years of mistreatments by the American medical system. Myth number 4. You can shrink your pores. Pores are the tiny openings in our skin. If you go further down, you will find a hard focus or gland. You can think of the pores as dark. They're what like sweet clear and oil lubricate your skin. Pore size is largely determined by genetics, and they don't really shrink. But they can expand when our skin is irritated by makeup or harsh products. So save your money on pore minimizer and just wash your face with dermatologists recommend as non-comedogenic. Basically, make the step 1 close pore. Myth number 5. Chocolate causes acne. Acne is the inflammation that occurs when our heart first gets clogged with oil and dense skin, allowing bacteria to overgrow. There are a lot of factors involved, from hormones to genetics. The links between acne and chocolate has been studied extensively, but results are pretty trash. Studies that say chocolate is an acne aggravator tend to be small, so aren't conclusive, and studies that observe chocolates are sometimes funded by chocolate makers. Studying diet and its effects on acne is complex, but the research suggests that the healthier diet for your body overall could also be the healthiest diet for your skin. Our skin is an amazing organ, so let's remember to treat it right. Wear your sunscreen, keep your eyes on any moles, and see a dermatologist if there are any changes. And ignore those myths, okay?